Hi everyone, welcome to the Hair Loss Show. Good to see you, Vikram.
Good to see you, Russell. Today's episode, we're going to talk about a drug that we've talked about in the past. We walked through spironolactone. Now, this is a diuretic, and it's predominantly, we use it in women that are suffering from female pattern hair loss. And it helps, it has an effect on the receptor, the androgen receptor, and we're trying to essentially limit the effect of the androgen, things like testosterone in women, which will potentially result in them thinning of their hair. But today's specific episode is to talk about spironolactone, but in conjunction with something else, a nutrient called zinc. Now, zinc is really important. We look at hair health and all the nutrients that are really important for the proper growth of the
hair and nails. It'll be in all of the hair and nails formulations you can buy at the pharmacy.
They contain a lot of different things, but zinc is a vital component in that. And there are good studies to demonstrate that if you are deficient in zinc for whatever reason, then you are more likely to result in thinning hair or have a hair shed, which could expedite the appearance or the prevalence of your balding in a particular area. And what we know as well, and why I wanted to highlight this, is that spironolactone is a diuretic, so it does make you pee more, and with that also there's good studies to show that there is a significant reduction of zinc in that in the people that are on spironolactone. So you're kind of getting a 1-2 punch there. You're getting the benefit of the spironolactone, but you're potentially also undercutting yourself by not having sufficient zinc there. So I think the studies now are showing that really we should be more careful, and yes, that's fine. Prescribe spironolactone, but also make sure that these patients are supplemented with zinc.
Yeah, I think in my practice, I have reduced the dosage of spironolactone that I'm giving because I know that it doesn't really seem to make much difference if you ramp the dose up. So I want it to be a little bit lower.
What are you doing? What's your?
Well, I mean, I can 25 to 50.
Yeah.
You know, people used to say 200 milligrams was the go, 100 twice a day. I think that's way too aggressive.
Yeah.
Even up to 100 is acceptable, I guess. But I'm probably thinking more around the 50 mark, maybe 25.
And again, this should be controlled. This is not self-medicating by any stretch of the
This is just testing the result as you go along.
But also checking the blood pressure as well.
Sure, that's right. I mean, and there's potassium retaining effects of it in higher doses, which is again we're trying to avoid. But I guess what this highlights is that, you know, one of the previous episodes we talked about vitamin D. It's very important for hair cycling. So it's not that minerals and vitamins are useless. They don't have a very specific role in certain types of hair loss, like male pattern hair loss or female pattern hair loss, because that's not generally an effect that is, lacking in nutrient. Because if it was nutrient lacking, why would it only be affecting one part of the scalp? We've said this before.
Yes.
If it's affecting the whole of the scalp, then nutrition might be part of the answer. But if it's only affecting part of the scalp, it's usually not a nutritional cause. That said, you want to do hair support.
Yes.
Right? And so you don't want to be, when you're worried about your hair thinning, you don't want to be zinc deficient, you don't want to be vitamin D deficient. Yes. So these are the things we can look at and supplement, and if you don't overdo it with your vitamin D, and don't overdo it with your zinc, and in some women it's iron as well, that we do, particularly the premenopausal women who can be a little iron deficient. So these are good supportive measures, but they aren't specific to every type of hair loss. But there is an argument to be had for doing nutritional support.
That foundation.
Yes.
And you and I, a lot of us have been accused of being just too focused on medical therapy, and we're sort of closing our doors to everything. No, we believe in a holistic approach, and we need to make sure that you got the foundations right. But this is more to highlight, well, okay, there are things that are beneficial, but there's a trade-off, and you need to make sure that you're balancing it all out.
For those of you who are watching, if you're on spironolactone, then it might be worth getting your zinc level checked. and your vitamin D level checked, and make that just part of your regime.
Yeah, absolutely. So short and sharp one. Hope you found that useful. Making sure that nutrition is also correct and well optimized will also be part of your treatment regime. So thanks again for watching. Really enjoy this. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you, everyone.